So this is going to be part one of trying to get this completely rusted out F-150 King Ranch 2006 back on the road. This was my grandfather's truck. He bought it in late of 2008 or early 2009. I can't quite remember because I was only 11 years old. But he gave it to me last year when the transmission gave out. And I'm going to try to fix it back up and get it semi-sensible for the road. And this truck has been daily driven here in Eastern Canada for the last, well, it's a 2006, so 20 years. He's had it for 18 of those 20. And with minimal rust proofing. It's pretty much ready for the junkyard. It was probably ready for the junkyard last year. But anyways, I don't feel like crushing it. I think I can probably fix it up and put it back on the road, maybe for 2 or 3 more years. The first thing I got to do with this thing is get a transmission put in it, because he had it to a shop last year for a transmission leak, and well, let's just say he got ripped off and the transmission never got back home because they patched up the line with some rubber hose and it never made it, because it wasn't even where it was leaking to, and he lost all the fluid and burned the transmission out. So I put a piece of transmission line in and tried to fill it back up with Mercron and some Lucas, and I did get drive gears back, but unfortunately no reverse. But after searching for a few months, because this truck apparently, according to Ford, only 2006 to 2008 transmissions with electronic shift is compatible with this truck. I'm not sure if it's where it's a King Ranch, so I think the King Ranch and Lariat is pretty well the same. But I did find a transmission, and it got a 30-day warranty for $400. So I got contacted by the guy yesterday, and he says that he got the transmission out and ready to go. So my next task now is to take my 2019 Sierra and drive 600 kilometers to pick up a transmission for this completely rusted out Ford. And while I'm out that way, I got to pick up a engine for a Bombardier Outlander for my grandfather's quad, because he blew the engine in his quad the other day. So I'm going to go over pretty well everything I got to do with this truck now, and basically you guys can tell me that it's not worth it, which I know technically, but I also I really don't let anything go to the junkyard if I can help it. And I do really love this truck. And yes, I know it's a 5.4, but it's had pretty good maintenance on it mechanically. I kind of wish he had it undercoated a few more times so I wouldn't have so much welding wire to waste. But anyways, we're going to get up and underneath the truck now, and you guys can have a look at the significant rust on the frame. First of all, I would assume that this bumper is going in the junk, because it's shot. And this is actually the second bumper that was put on this truck. The other side is not so bad, but this side here, and maybe I could strengthen it up a bit and repaint it and get 2 or 3 years out of it. But if I can get a painted bumper, now the goal is to keep this truck looking the same or close to the same. So if I can get a painted bumper now for this that's in better shape than this, then I'll snag it up. Also got to try to refinish these King Ranch wheels. They're almost like a silver with a gold, or maybe the rim matches. Looks like the rim matches the two-tone. So maybe I'll try to get some paint and, I don't know, try to fix these wheels up a bit. This one's a lot worse for wear. Now the rocker panels are actually pretty solid on this truck, so I won't have any work to do on the rocker panels. But the cab corner's shot. Don't poke too hard. I'm going to have to get a cab corner. But I'll think I'll be able to leave the rocker panel, which is neat. This is the horrible patch panel my grandfather put on. Good thing he never went to school for auto body. Well, I guess that's when a carpenter does auto body work. This is what you get. And here's the back panel. The bed on this truck is absolutely horrifying. You can see in here, that's actually a rib, believe it or not. But yet again, when a carpenter does, I guess, bed rails, that's juniper. Yep. So, long story short, yeah, this bed is getting probably lifted off because I probably don't have to take no bolts out, and it's going right into junk. Completely rotted. Here's another nice repair. It served no purpose, really. The tailgate is actually, I'm going to keep on the tailgate, as the tailgate's virtually rust-free. The back bumper, similar to the front one, is going into junk. The other side of the bed is pretty much the same thing. Random patch panels. Homemade ones. This one's actually not too bad. I might actually try to save on that cab corner. Even though it's gone in here, I might just put some filler on it. But anyways, we're going to hop up and underneath this truck now and show you guys the frame. It's horrible. Then we'll get her running. Passenger side exhaust manifold leaks. Alright, we can see here that the bottom of the frame is completely rotted here, and it goes all the way underneath this leaf spring shackle. We might be able to get away with the tail end a bit. Not sure. When we grind it down, we'll repair any areas that got to be fixed. Here's a better shot at the bed support rails. This side's pretty bad too. Here's your frame. Super soft. What happens is all your salt and brine and shit gets in all these holes and just sits at the bottom of the frame and completely disintegrates it. The tank's gonna have to come out here. This is a lot worse than the blue F-150 that I've done. This is probably borderline breaking off, actually. You can get down here a bit further and see that the rust just keeps continuing. It's probably soft here too. Yeah, I can easily poke through that. Same as here. It's going to be hard to get this even on a ramp, I would say. It continues the whole way up, basically. We're going to look at the other frame rail now. The floors and cab supports are still decent. Now we can have a look at this side, and you can just see that the frame is completely rotted. That's a massive hole. Wow. I'm gonna have to box this whole section in. Every time I look, I rethink it. You don't even need a hammer. The frame mayhem's actually separating here. It's so weak. I've never actually seen this hole. That's a horrible one. I'm not even sure how to get up in between that and the converter. Truck is completely rotted out. But anyways, same thing over here. I'm going to try to, I gotta do the whole chassis. I guess to top it all off, we'll see if it runs. Looks like the battery is, no, it's good. I know people are going to say, oh, your timing chain and cam phasers are shot, but there's a rust hole right in the exhaust manifold. Can't really see it. It starts to quiet down once it warms up. So let me know in the comments, have you ever restored a truck that was really not worth doing with significant rust like this one? Let me know what you think. We're heading out to get the transmission next week.